Hi, nice to see you. My name's Graham Martin. Some of you already know me as The Recruitment Guy. We're on therecruitmentguy.com and on YouTube. I present a whole bunch of content for job seekers and job hunters, primarily aimed at the teenage, mid-early 20s market. Well, you know what? My son is just 17, and it got me thinking to this kind of stuff that I'd like to have known when I was 17 from my dad. My dad died many years ago, but at 17 there wasn't so much communication between mums and dads and kids. So in the spirit of Baz Luhrmann and the Sunscreen song, I put together a series of videos that I'd like to pass on to my children and to anybody indeed who needs to get some good old-fashioned straight talking advice. So the first one's going to be about money. Now, I have to say that the ability to earn money for many people is quite easy, but the ability to save money for many and to make their money work for them is quite difficult. And for the most part, that is because in a lot of Western society we're taught that with money we need to buy things: houses, cars, clothes, holidays, watches, modern technology. And yes, it's great to have that stuff, but of course most of it becomes obsolescent, and after a while you're left with an empty bank balance and wondering what happened to all that money. Now, I know quite a few people that haven't earned that much money over their life but have actually been very successful financially. How have they done it? Well, they've learned how to invest properly. Yes, they've bought property, but maybe they haven't gone for the biggest property they could buy. They've often gone and bought stocks and shares. They've learned about investments. They've read the Financial Times, the Economist magazine. They've ended up going on seminars using their own money. And there's a great book I suggest you buy called Cash Flow Kids, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In fact, Cash Flow Kids is a game. It's a board game that explains how you can use your money to buy assets that will give you a revenue. So my tip to you would be, if you're looking at your net income, keep back 20% of it. 10% of it perhaps into a pension pot, and another 20% of it start saving and learning about what you should do with your money. Of course, for many people that's a real challenge. There's a lot of peer pressure to buy a bigger car, have a smarter suit, go on a more expensive holiday. And when children come along, well, it gets even more expensive, which is why it's a really good habit to start early on. Well, the best piece of advice that I ever took was when I wanted to buy a sports car at the age of 20, and my then boss, and I was selling houses back then, said, no, you're not going to buy a sports car, we're going to get you into a property, buy a flat. And it was a struggle, and in those early days I had to have a job in a bar at the weekends to help pay. It focused my mind, but it was a good investment strategy, and one which I'd suggest to anybody. If you can get on the property ladder at some stage, if not on your own, with other people, start doing so. If you can't do that, start saving. Somebody once said that freedom is 6 months of your wages in a high interest account tucked away, so that if you do get made redundant, you're not completely up the swanny. When it comes to credit cards, I'm not going to suggest that you don't have a credit card. Do so, but make sure you only put small amounts on it every month and clear the balance. That way it shows that to your lender and the financial authorities that you are good with money and you can develop a good credit rating. Likewise goes for an overdraft. I'm not saying don't have an overdraft, but maybe a small one, and pay it off regularly, if not completely, as much as you possibly can. Again, it shows you've got responsibility, so that further down the road, if you need a loan for a car or a mortgage for a property, you're going to be perceived as a known risk. The other thing I would suggest you do early on is get a pension. Get one going as early as you can. Mine was when I was, I think, 19 or 20 years of age. And you don't have to put a lot of money in it, but learn what compound interest does. It's your responsibility for your own investment strategy and what you do with your money. So good luck to you. Hope there's some stuff there you can take away. Money, you know what? It comes in, it goes out, but it's what you hang on to that makes the big difference. If you want more advice or want more tips, check out the rest of the videos. Otherwise, email me. It's help@therecruitmentguy.com. Bye for now.